Well, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Today is the 13th of July, 2022. This is my first time doing a podcast, and I always wanted to do one. So, this is giving you an introduction, a life story of pretty much my humble beginnings, dealing with friends and family, relationships, and how I'm overcoming and dealing with mental illness. So let's get started. A lot of people do not know who I am, but I wanted to do this podcast because there's not a lot of groups or resources out there, depending on what city and state you reside in. But with the podcast, it's able to let me just be myself, to able to let me vent, and for everyone to understand that you're not alone in this and there is life at the end of the tunnel. Let's get started. My name is Lakeitha. A lot of people that know me call me Nikki. I re- born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I still reside here. I'm the youngest of two. My oldest brother, he is 46. I'll be 33 in August 19th of this year, so that's a 13-year age difference. Growing up in a household, I always felt like I was different, meaning being treated unfairly, the outsider, and outcast, etc. Mainly because of my weight. And also another thing is my mother, she's from United States, and my father, he's from Trinidad and Tobago. So when I was 4, that's when my life changed for the worse. Um, my father, he took advantage of me. He robbed me of my childhood, and I did some research on where he's from. It's like I would say a tradition. Um, there, where he's from in Trinidad and Tobago, they think that it's okay to do that. So I'm not sure if they're still doing it. I don't, but here in the United States, we don't condone that. And I held in secret and with this for a long time because you know I just was. I thought it was my fault. I thought I did something wrong. And growing up in a Catholic, I went to a Catholic school when I was let me see, kindergarten. So I was like 5. Before that, I went to preschool. Um, my mother knew that I was different. I'm not saying in a off the wall way. I'm saying in a good way. She knew I was different. She knew I was bright, young, gifted, and smart. Um, I will get to my brother in just a moment. Just bear with me. Just first time is for everything. I was teased and I was picked on throughout my whole entire childhood. I was called names. I was spit in the face by my classmates in the second grade. Um, it was a lot of things that happened, and it wasn't the outside race. It was my own race because I'm African American. So it was my own race that was doing this, and I would come home and cry, and then I would cry also in school. And I was a straight A and B student. I stayed on the honor roll. I just, I just was treated different, and I didn't know why. So I was very shy, very standoffish, and the only thing that I thought would make me happy is by making friends. And, you know, if I had like some extra lunch money or extra snack money or extra candy, cookies, or whatever, I would go up to someone and say, well, hey, do you, want something? Or do you, would you want, like, a half of my sandwich or something or whatever? And they say yes. And it got to a point, it was a repeat cycle. It was a bad habit where they were, um, used to me giving them things and they would take it, and they would tell me like, well, if you don't give me this, if you don't give me that, then maybe you're not my friend anymore. Maybe, you know, this, you don't belong here. Maybe you should go back to where you come from. This was my race that was saying this. And I went to the Catholic school from 1994 to 2003, eighth grade. I did not walk with my other eighth grade classmates. Um, I just was embarrassed. A lot of things were going on, and the teachers were not making it better; they were making it worse. It was an all Catholic school, for for young girls and young boys. So when I graduated. I got, and I also, that was the only school, Catholic school. They acknowledged that, because my eighth grade teacher, she's out the blue. I didn't think nothing of. She's like, "How long have you been at the Catholic school?" I said, "Well, I've been here for 9 years, from 1994 to 2003, and I got a trophy for it. I got a trophy for being there for 9 years, trophy for chaplain, and another trophy. I can't remember. It's at my mother's house. I have to, find it next week. So, eighth grade, I graduated. Everything was good. The ninth grade, I went to a public high school. I did not do well in that because I'm used to a Catholic school. I'm used to a smaller setting where hands-on learning. So 10th grade. Oh, okay. Before 10th grade, right? I went to a My mom removed me from the public school because it was really bad. It was worse. The humiliation and being bullied got extremely worse, and I was overeating much more. And by the time ninth grade, I was over 200 pounds. No doubt, I was. And let me see. I went to another school. It was like I would say it's a private school, and I did good. They had what is called like a little paces or something, where it's like um individual hands on or something like that. Cause before I did get enrolled in that school. That school is no longer available anymore. It was through like a church ministry, like a Baptist church. And one of the teachers were like, well, you know, what we do, which is, a good thing, protocol. We test you to see what grade level you're at. So she tests me and she put me off to the side and she said, in a private room, she said, we test you and you're at a fourth grade level. But don't get discouraged. We're going to work with you. So within less than 3 months, I went from a fourth grade level to the level where I need to be, ninth grade level. And I was still in the ninth grade. And 3 months later, I was reading and writing on a 12th grade level. And it got to the point I exceeded the 12th grade level and was reading and writing and understanding on a college level. I'm taking chemistry, biology, um, doing essays, everything on a ninth grade level. So I knew that there was something, inside of me that needed to come out. I just needed that little push. So I stayed there for the whole semester. Graduated, everything's fine. So 10th grade rolled around. I went to back to the same old public school that I went to when I was in the ninth grade. It gotten worse to where um, even the teachers, African American teachers, were treating me like hell. They had one teacher. He was a Caucasian teacher, a PE teacher. He humiliated me in front of the whole class, and I bust out crying. The next day, one of the head coaches, PE coaches, said the teacher will no longer be working here. And I didn't understand what no longer working means until I looked it up and did a Google search later on in life, and then it means that removal, terminated, fired. That's just what it is. Because I didn't report the teacher. Apparently, one of the students did, or someone else did, and yeah. So, um, I didn't get along with a lot of kids there, and I wind up missing a lot of days where I just failed the 10th grade. I didn't pass the 10th grade. I just failed because I was tired of being teased. I was tired of being picked on. And I was tired of, kids putting gum in my hair. And I did not know till I got home and I was brushing my hair. And I'm like, why is the brush not moving? It's sticking. Find out why. They put gum in my hair. So, oh yeah, you gotta forgive me. I just, a little nervous. So please bear with me. My dad, at the time my parents were divorced, they were divorced in June 2004. At that time, my dad, he told me, he's like, I want you to, to graduate from high school. I want you to go to college. He's like, find a good school online and let me know how much the tuition is, and I'll, you know, take care of it for you. So they had, at the time, they had Thrifty Nickel, which is also known as Common Sense Wanted Ads. They're located all over, nationwide. But they closed doors last year after 30 some years, I guess due to the pandemic. So, um, yeah, I found a school. It was, what was it? American Academy of Pinecrest. And they gave me a second chance at redeeming myself. And I graduated. I started in December of 2006. February 2007, I graduated. I passed. I had my high school diploma. So then, the summer of 2007, I went to school at Penn Foster College for accounting. I still needed that help, and I didn't really get that help. I couldn't even get in contact with my advisor. So I said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. It's just too much. So I had, a few odd jobs working from home here and there. And, working from home was good. Everything was great. Pertaining to my brother, it's a 13 years age difference. He's 13 years older than me. I don't know about his life story. I don't know. If I did, I would share it, but I don't really know. The only thing I know is that he was very close with his dad, and his dad tragically passed away when he was 13. And ever since then, he has not gotten over it, which I don't blame him. I can't blame him for it, because you'll never get over a parent passing away. Just like anyone would never get over a loved one, or mainly a child. You never get over that, because the hurt is still there. I just I'm just trying to understand a little bit more with them and trying to get close with them. But it's just so hard due to the challenges that he's been facing. So just please just pray for all of us. We all need the prayer that we need. Um, Fast forward, relationships. Relationships are not my good one. I'm going to talk about the last two relationships that I was in from January 2012 until September 2015. The first year of 2012, everything was good. From 2013 to 2015, everything was not good. He would do disappearing acts where he would leave, never come back, come visit me, never come back, and then it was all about what he wanted, not sexually, but financially. And it was like I had a hold on me, like I couldn't even really remove it. So September 2015, the last time I saw him, he said that he'll be right back. He never came back. That was over 2 weeks later. He still never come back. Go figure. So a mutual friend of mine told me about her friend. We started talking over the phone, and I met him, and everything was okay. So the next month, in October of 2015, he had back surgery. So none of his family was did not want to help him out. I should have thought of it as a red flag, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I just was going by what he was saying. And I moved in with him. And everything started out good for 6 months. Then after 6 months, things have totally changed. I was just having these type of episodes where, something psychologically was messing with me. He was verbally, mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive. He didn't care. It just got to the point. He just got tired of hiding the fact that he was, with other people. And um yeah, he just got tired of hiding, and he didn't care if I saw it or whatever. He didn't care. He didn't care. He did not care at all. And it just it really hurted me, and I started having nervous breakdowns, started having suicide thoughts, started getting depressed and everything. So fast forward, you know, August of 2017. The week of August of, let me see, I think it was like about my birthday was August 19th, so it was like the week of August 19th of 2017. I cannot tell you what day it was. I couldn't tell you, but that was the day when I got the hell up out of there. I did. I told him that I want to get help. So he took me to a hospital. They checked me out. They took me to another hospital, and I was in like a little section ducked off, but I could see other workers. That's like for people who have mental issues. Just went through a lot, and they send me to, I call it like a psych ward, but now they call it behavioral health. I was there for a week. I was nervous the first night, scared, but then everything turned out for the better. I was there for a week, and I made a birthday in there. I made what, 28. I'm glad that I did go to get help, because if I didn't, I would have been just out of my mind. And it's just, they really helped me. They did. So 2 days before I was about to get discharged from the hospital, the social worker pulled me off to the side and privately and said, "We talked to the person that you were living with." At the time, I thought he was my boyfriend, but apparently he didn't want to have anything to do with me. He said I could not come back and live there with him. He even had a sister to call up there to the hospital and said I could not come back there. I was banned. So I called the mutual friend that introduced us, and she told me that he told everyone that I was physically and mentally and verbally abusive to him, and that he was scared and petrified of me. Now, this is someone, I'm 28, he's 19 years older than me, very much taller, very much bigger. He's about 6'2", 6'3", way over 300 pounds. At the time, I was 5'8", 5'9", and I was 3 something, but you couldn't really tell it because of my height. So, and he was much stronger than me, and just, I don't know, it's just, he showed me a side that I didn't know. He was nice at first, but then he became very evil. Very, very, very evil. It's just, I wish I would have listened to my mind and would have, said, don't do this, just stay with your mom and work things out and everything. So, the hospital made arrangements for me to live at a women's shelter because I didn't have nowhere else to go. I didn't. None of the family did not want to take me in. I never lived with them before, but it's we got to the point they was all for themselves. They didn't care. They did not care. My mother couldn't do anything at the time. She had a heart condition, which she still does, and she was in a nursing home. So it was nothing that she could do. So I got in touch with a family member, a cousin who helped my mother out, which is, my mother's niece. She helped me out and everything, and the hospital they sent my medicine over to the pharmacy, which is not that far from. Well, it was far, but it's on the bus line. Still is to this day, and they also set up appointment for me to go to mental health, behavioral health clinic, and I'm glad to say I'm glad I did. I met a lot of people throughout the way. When I went into the shelter the first night, I didn't eat anything because I was so scared and so nervous. So the next day, it's an all women's shelter, all women's, and I learned a lot from them. They taught me a lot about survival. They taught me a lot about just being there and not depending on anyone, no one, and just understanding and appreciating life. Because before I did not appreciate it, now I appreciate it, and it's just you know it really just taught me a lesson in life. I was at the shelter from August of 2017, late part of August 2017, until December 6th of 2017. From December 6th of 2017 until September 19th of 2019, I was at a group home. And that group home, they have, men and women, adults. It's, for people that have, the same mental illness as mine, but, a lot, deeper, So they treated me like one big happy family, and I still keep in contact with them to this day. They're my family. I love them. I do. They were there for me than anyone else. My mother will always be there for me. My brother was there for me, and you name it, he was. It's just, I learned that, you can't depend on anyone. You can't depend on any man, period. You just can't. It's just, I learned a lot in life, and I, made amends with, people that I used to be friends with, and I used to, I just, it just really just, taught me about in life. And what made me also be more grateful and thankful, which I am every day. I believe September 6th or September 7th of 2020, my best friend of over 11 years passed away of COVID. She, I'm not sure if she was vaccinated. I couldn't tell you because I don't know. Only her family members know. That's if they know. One of her co-workers had COVID and didn't tell her that she had it. So 2 weeks later, she was admitted to the hospital. She couldn't move. Her body just was there, but she couldn't move it. And I talked to her, and she was in a hospital. And she told me to call her back when I could, and I did call her back, and I couldn't get anything. It just went straight to voicemail. So, September of 2017, because she got admitted in July of 2017. So, yes, September 2017. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She got admitted in July of 2020. I'm sorry. So September of 6th or 7th of 2020. I'm sorry about the years. I'm just that's when I you know her niece posted on her page that she passed away. She gained her wings. My friend Irene, the one that passed, taught me a lot about life, a lot about love, a lot about people, and a lot about family. If someone has done you wrong, you can forgive them, you can, but just keep your distance from them. You don't have to be obligated to be there for them no matter what if they have done you wrong. I'm going to say this again. I want to make sure everybody listen and understand this. If someone has done you wrong, if someone has hurt you, mistreated you, used you, abused you, anything, you can forgive them. That's fine. You can forgive them. But you don't have to be that close with them. You don't have to be buddy buddy with them if you don't want to. Just be distance. I have someone that, that's a, what is it? Friend of mine. You know, I wouldn't say allegedly, but, well, you know, it's just people are going to be people. But when the same person humiliates you, disrespects you, it doesn't matter. You have to learn if you want to still be in communication with them, which you can. It's up to you, or you can just be distance. Because it's to the point. It's like when people used to hurt me, I used to think that something was wrong with me. Because that what they would tell you. That what they would tell me. To this day, they still tell me like, "Oh, something's wrong with you." I have someone right now that's supposed to be a friend of mine. She gets upset with me, send me nasty text saying, "Oh, we're not friends anymore," or this or that, and then she'll contact me back, act like nothing's wrong, and I'm like, you know, "Are you mad at me?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why are you mad at me?" She's like, "Oh, and she never tells me because she doesn't have a good response, a valid response. She just wants to be mad just for the heck of it, the hell of it, really. Um, just let me air this out because this is my life story, and I'm just saying it as I go, just saying it, just saying it, just saying it. Just I have to get this off my chest because if I don't, then I just gonna be bottled up and ready to explode. It's Everyone gets like this. When someone has done them wrong or when things are just not going as smoothly, everything just you bottle it in. And when you bottle it in and then when you finally explode, that's when people think that, oh, something's wrong with her. Oh, she's bipolar. Oh, she's just going through her mood swings. Oh, you know, back then, like in the African American community, and I'm being honest with this, we were not told to go to see a therapist. We were always told if something was wrong with us, oh, it's the spirits. Oh, go to church, go pray, and everything like that. We tried that. We were given, a formula of how they handled it or how they dealt with things. But therapy has helped me a lot. It really has, because the person's there. They don't judge you. Now some therapists are okay. Some are just like, man, can this he or she hurry up? I don't have all day for this. I need to get out of here. I need to go, smoke and eat me a pizza and drink a beer. That's what they're thinking in their mind. But with the body language and with the language that they're speaking out of, they don't have to speak to you, but just by eye contact, you can feel that he or she, the therapist, psychiatrist, or whoever, the doctor, doesn't want to be bothered with anyone. And it's hard because it makes you feel sad, lonely, depressed, just makes you feel like nobody doesn't care. It makes you feel withdrawn. I still suffer because I have a mental illness. Okay, I take my medication every day. I take it, two at night. One for my disorder because I'm diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar schizophrenia, and the other ones that may help me sleep. It does help at night, so the next morning it helps, but I still feel, withdrawn at times. When I'm gonna be honest with you, when I talk to that one person, I'm not gonna mention her name, and just her language, her body language, this and that. She lives in one state. I live in Louisiana, so yeah, it's a good thing. It's like that, cause goodness, if she was living in my state, I wouldn't be able to deal with her. I just be honest with you because it's just I just don't like the way she talks to me. And I'm telling her that I feel withdrawn. I feel depressed. I don't know why. And instead of her understanding, she's saying that I love to feel sorry for myself. I want attention. I'm an attention seeking person. I want people to feel sorry for me. No. She's telling me what she feels. When someone's telling you those things, they're telling you right then and there. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be bothered. And they try their best to get off the phone with you. If anyone has dealt with this, hey, I deal with this still. If they have not dealt with this, there's a good chance that you have dealt with this and you probably are too ashamed to really admit it. And that's okay, that's fine. This is a no judgment zone. It I just got tired of people telling me how I should feel and how I should handle and how I should deal with things. Because if someone acts up or or someone lashes out at someone, people think right then and there, oh, they're on some type of substance abuse, or they're an alcoholic, or they're a drug addict, or they have they're paranoid, or they're in their mood swings. They always say, oh, it's some demons. Some demons are attacking you. You need to pray them off. And you're telling them, I have a mental illness. I'm dealing with this. This is how I feel. Just don't tell me how you want me to feel. Just listen to me and just understand where I'm coming from. This is like a let me vent type thing. I have used to have so-called friends, right? I let them vent, but when it's time for me to vent, they didn't want to hear it. Oh, they said, let me call you right back, and I won't hear from them until a month later. That's just how it is. But when I tell them how I feel and everything, they don't want to hear it. And I don't talk to them to this day. And quite frankly, I did bother me, but I don't care anymore because it's like I have a heart of gold. I'm the sweetest person ever. But once you cross me, it's like, what can what can I do now? I mean, I tried my best. I had one gentleman. We were not in a relationship or anything, but I met him at the previous behavioral health clinic. All right, and he would call me every day, and you know, want me to hear his problems, this and that, advice, and I was there for him, right? So when it came from me, he was like, "Well, what you want? Hurry up, make it quick." I just hung up on him because I'm like, I was there for you, but you can't be there for me. I don't want anything from you. I just want you to just listen to me. I just got tired of it. I mean, there's a thing now where it's called block. You can, block the person. That's it. They have some cell phones, which I have one. When I block a person, and when they try to call me, I'm not going to see what they call. Now, when they leave a message, try to leave a message, it'll pop up on my visual voicemail app on my phone that a person, you know, called, person left a message. But as far as them calling, how many times they call, I would not see that. Because it's not like a Samsung. It's just like a regular Android. But it was a Samsung. Oh yeah, it would show how many times they call under my block list. It would. It's just, I've been putting this off since last week and this week. Okay, on when I should start my podcast, and the time is now. The time is now. It's now. I'm going to be trying my best to do a couple couple episodes, couple podcasts, um, each and every, if not every day, every other day. I'm gonna try my best to do it. So please just bear with me. Try to get like a schedule, but every now and then, when I come on here, it's gonna be lasting for 30 minutes, probably to an hour or more, depending on how I'm feeling and what topic I in my heart I want to I want to talk on. I feel much better. Thank you so much for just hearing my life story. Thank you for letting me vent. Thank you for letting me just be myself. This is a no judgment free zone. Come as you are, like the Bible says, like the pastor says in the church. Catholic, Baptist, Southern Baptist, non-denominational, Pentecostal. They said, "Come as you are. You come as you are." And I want to thank you for letting me just be myself, letting me just be who I want to be, who God chose me to be. I thank you so much. Thank you for letting me share. And I never done this before, so I'm gonna be um saying a scripture of from the Holy Bible, King James Version. Um, Psalms, the 23rd Psalms. The Lord is my light. Oh, I'm sorry. 23rd Psalms. The Lord is my light, is my salvation. Who shall I fear? Oh, what? Um, please forgive me. I just threw a blank. I don't know why I just threw a blank. Oh, the 23rd Psalm. I got it. I'm so sorry. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for thy name's sake. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil. Thy cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Before I sign off, I just want to let you know you are loved, you are God's children, you are wanted, and you are somebody. Everyone have a blessed and prosperous day. Take care. I will be back very soon. This is Lakeitha, also known as Nikki. I'm also known on YouTube as Having Gates of Glory. Signing out. God bless.